From a high-profile nanny firing to being vigilant for sneaky lenses peeking out of the bushes, Jennifer Garner's life hasn't always been easy. Even years after all the drama following her divorce from Ben Affleck, troubling details about Jennifer Garner's life are still coming out. Before marrying Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner was married to Scott Foley. The pair met on the hit teen show Felicity in 1998, where Garner played Foley's character's girlfriend. The pair married just 2 years later in 2000. However, their romance was relatively short-lived, with the two actors announcing their separation in April 2003, before finalizing their divorce the following year. In October 2004, it was revealed that Garner was dating Ben Affleck after they were photographed attending a baseball game together. By the end of June 2005, they had married and announced they were expecting their first baby. After more than a decade together and welcoming 3 children, Affleck and Garner split, announcing their plan to divorce in June 2015. During a candid Vanity Fair interview in 2016, Garner lamented her 2 divorces, suggesting that she didn't like to quit anything. As she told the publication, "It's one of the pains in my life. That's something I believe in so strongly I've completely failed at, twice. It's always easier to focus on the ways that you feel hurt, but I know that, with time and some perspective, I'll have a clearer sense of where I let the system down." After marrying her Daredevil co-star Ben Affleck, Garner welcomed her first child, Violet, in December of the same year. 3 years later, in August 2008, Garner revealed that the couple was expecting their second baby, but the pregnancy didn't go as smoothly as her first. In November 2008, TMZ reported that a man named Stephen Berkey had allegedly been stalking and harassing Garner since 2002. By 2008, events appeared to have gotten much worse as Garner obtained a court order against Berkey. In documents reviewed by the outlet, Garner alleged, "I am currently pregnant and fear for the safety of my second child, once born." Berkey's obsessive and harassing behavior has escalated to the point of becoming dangerous. Even with the court order, Garner's stalker nightmare wasn't over. In December 2009, less than a year after the birth of Garner and Affleck's second child, Serafina, Berkey was arrested for stalking Garner and her family. According to People, Berkey was apprehended after he defied the court order against him by arriving at Violet's school. Affleck would later reveal to The Hollywood Reporter that he purchased guns to protect his family, after the stalker turned up at their home on multiple occasions. The same article noted that Berkey was sent to a mental ward in 2010 after being declared legally insane. While Jennifer Garner has attempted to block out negative media coverage about her personal life, she hasn't always been able to avoid the paparazzi. In 2013, she spoke to The Telegraph about how much she struggled with being photographed without her consent. So much so that she would often look for paparazzi hiding around her, saying, "Usually I'd see the light on the lens, so maybe it's just the leaves. I could swear there is someone there. I wish I could say that it doesn't bother me, but you wouldn't like it if you had it, and neither would anyone else."
And it's so just like, who cares about some dumb celebrity problem? It really is a celebrity problem, unless it's your child going through it.
Explaining just how serious an issue photographers had become in her everyday life, Garner said there were often members of the paparazzi sitting outside of her private residence waiting for her to leave. Even worse, people would attempt to take pictures of Garner when she went to collect her children from school, removing any sense of privacy from her life. While this is pretty much par for the course when it comes to being a celebrity, Garner's account is certainly haunting. After announcing their divorce on June 30th, 2015, rumors of infidelity started hounding Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. Us Weekly alleged that Garner had discovered Affleck was having an affair with the family's nanny, Christine Uzunian, whom Garner fired. The publication also suggested the famous couple had been through a 10-month-long separation at the time of their divorce announcement. Affleck's team staunchly denied the cheating rumors, while a source told E! News, Ben told Christine things that led her to believe they were going to be fully together. In her 2016 interview with Vanity Fair, Garner confirmed that Affleck hadn't cheated on her, but she wasn't totally on board with his decision-making, saying, "We had been separated for months before I ever heard about the nanny. She had nothing to do with our decision to divorce. Bad judgment? Yes. It's not great for your kids for a nanny to disappear from their lives. Garner also noted that it was difficult explaining Ozunian's sudden absence to the kids and how their father was involved in the so-called Nannygate scandal. As if Nannygate wasn't challenging enough for Garner, Ben Affleck faced further cheating allegations after revealing he was in a new relationship with Saturday Night Live producer Lindsay Shookus. While Affleck and Shookus allegedly started dating in April 2017, a source alleged to Us Weekly, Ben and Lindsay started their affair about 3 years ago. They were sleeping together, sending each other cute texts and meeting up whenever they could. The source also suggested that Garner allegedly found out about Affleck's affair in 2015, the same time that Shookus' husband apparently discovered the romance. Of course, there doesn't appear to be any evidence that Affleck and Shookus were actually having an affair while the two-time Oscar winner was still married to Garner. One source familiar with Affleck and Garner shot down the idea there was any cheating involved in their split, telling people that Shookus and Affleck started dating when he and Garner were separated. However, other sources claimed to the same outlet that Affleck and Shookus allegedly frequented the Mandarin Oriental Hotel in New York together for several years. In December 2015, a series of paparazzi photos showed Ben Affleck sporting what appeared to be a giant back tattoo of a phoenix. At the time, Affleck claimed the tattoo was fake and suggested it was for a movie role. Garner was later asked about her ex's new ink in a 2016 interview with Vanity Fair and did nothing to dispel any rumors about it. Instead, she told the outlet, "You know what we would say in my hometown about that? Bless his heart." Garner then went on to muse about the message her ex-husband may be sending with the artwork, and wondered aloud whether or not she was represented by the ashes of Affleck's rising phoenix, stating, "I take umbrage. I refuse to be the ashes." Photographs of Affleck in 2018 proved the large phoenix tattoo was, in fact, real. Affleck found himself in hot water again in December 2021 after an appearance on The Howard Stern Show in which he discussed his marriage to Garner. In the candid interview, Affleck claimed that he had started drinking when they were trying to keep their failing marriage together for the sake of their children, a task which ultimately proved too difficult to accomplish.
We grew apart. We had a marriage that didn't work. This happens.
Affleck later clarified his comments during an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, saying that he didn't blame Garner for him being an alcoholic, but it must have been incredibly difficult for Garner to handle the much publicized comments about her former marriage. Despite being known as a generally amiable person, Jennifer Garner has admitted she sometimes struggles to keep up with her upbeat image, telling Town & Country in 2022, "I'm not always just nice. I can also be salty. I don't want you to be shocked that I'm a real person."
Your shirt is stupid. Grow up.
During an interview with Allure the following year, Garner elaborated further on the issues that come with being perceived as nice. She said that she often finds it difficult to express her boundaries, especially because people have an expectation of how she'll act, saying, "The problem is being recognized on a day where I'm not so nice or when I have blackness in my soul. I've definitely had days where I just can't do it. I scowl at people before they can walk up to me." As an extremely public figure who has starred in countless popular movies and TV shows, Jennifer Garner is often featured in the media, be it on glossy magazine covers or in the tabloids. The intensity of this attention increased even more following her marriage and split with fellow A-list star Ben Affleck. For Garner, the attention became overwhelming, leading the actor to try to avoid reading anything written about her altogether. During her enlightening Vanity Fair interview in 2016, Garner revealed that when it came to her high-profile divorce from Affleck, she was especially careful about not ingesting media coverage on the subject, saying, "I cannot be driven by the optics of this. I cannot let anger or hurt be my engine." In July 2018, Garner spoke to CBS Sunday Morning about the difficulties she has faced as a celebrity who was often featured in the tabloids, particularly during the early days of her relationship with Affleck. She explained that these types of news stories, both positive and negative, can end up influencing people's real lives, and that negative stories can also cause issues in the real world, explaining, "If there is any inkling of trouble, or if the tabloids decide there's trouble, it can create trouble." In April 2024, Jennifer Garner shared the sad news that her father, William John Garner, had died at the age of 85. In an emotional Instagram post, she revealed that she'd been at her father's side when he died, and that the family sang Amazing Grace in his final moments. In the post, Garner wrote, "While there is no tragedy in the death of an 85-year-old man who lived a healthy, wonderful life, I know grief is unavoidable, waiting around unexpected corners." The social media post was an opportunity for Garner to pay tribute to her dad's achievements, which included being a supportive and steadfast father and grandfather. Alongside the actor, William raised daughters Melissa and Susanna with his wife Patricia Ann Garner. While there's no easy way to grieve such an important member of your family, Garner's Instagram post showed just how much she cherished her father and everything he had provided her with throughout the years.